Okay, so we're ready to add some bass notes to the chorus. So I'll remind you of the melody to the chorus, which is... Okay, so if you need to go over that, go to the first couple of videos and just run over the melody, because this video is all about adding bass notes. So I won't talk about the melody too much because we're not going to change the melody. We're just going to add bass notes to the melody, which basically is harmonizing the melody. You know, it's simple harmony. So for the first half, we're going to use an F sharp and a D. I was about to say and D. We're going to use a G and we're going to use an A. Okay, 4 simple bass notes. So F sharp minor is going to go, and then D. Yeah. So now I've said before in previous videos, if you want to substitute this B on the 3rd string 4th fret for an open B on the 2nd string, that's fine. It might be a little bit easier anyways to get your fingers around. So you can go open, and then over D. So when you go do, da, I'm playing an open 4th string to get a D major chord. One more time. Now we're going to play the next melody over a G bass, a G major chord. And again, that's the original fingering that I had before. You can, once again, substitute this B on the 3rd string 4th fret for an open B on the 2nd string, like this. Like that. If you don't want to, and then we do the go back to A. So it really is a preference thing. It's a sound thing. I prefer to, you know, if I can play a fretted note and allow like that. When I do that, that means this C sharp is still ringing. If I play the open note, that's the end of the C sharp life cycle, which is sounds really weird, but hopefully that makes sense. So it is a personal preference. It's up to you. So the second half of the chorus starts the same as over F sharp again. Now this time, over when we play that melody, it's going to be over B7 chord. So I'm putting my middle finger. You can use your first finger. I use my middle finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, like that. So yeah, and then this is going to be over D, and add that natural F just to sort of imply D minor, even though we're not playing the root, you know. It sounds pretty cool as well. Back to A. So let's put that all together. I'm going to play it through a couple of times for you. So it's the same melody. We're just adding some very simple single note bass lines. And this is going to complete the simple arrangement before we move on to adding the harmonies of the song, because the original song, we all know with the Beatles, they love their backing vocals, and it's actually so cool when you play it all together. But for now, let's stick with the simple arrangement. So here we go. We have F sharp, D, G, A, back to F sharp, and we go to B, D, and play D minor. One more time. Now, okay, so try to play everything as legato as you can, and take your time with this. Even though you know that we know the melody and you're confident playing as a single note, when you start adding bass notes, it's a different finger position. So still take your time, let the notes ring, and pause. You know, so like this. Take your time getting into the next chord. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. One note at a time. And take your time. Get into position. Let it ring. Let it ring. And okay, cool.